You need to stop selling and start closing. I'm going to show you how on this episode of the Inside BS Show. Hi, it's Dave Lorenzo, and this is your Inside BS sales tip for today. I want you to stop selling and start closing, and I'm going to give you the 7 steps to doing just that. Before I do, I need to remind you, please subscribe and let us know what you want to hear more about from a sales perspective down in the comments. You see, I do these sales tips every day, and if you subscribe, you get notified when we upload new sales tips. If you tell me in the comments what you want to hear more about, I'll make more videos on those topics. Also, if you're not a subscriber here to the channel, you need to connect with us because we do a great interview every day. If you know somebody who'd be a fantastic interview, let me know about them down in the comments of this or any other video. All right, you see, selling is helping. And if you don't offer to help somebody who needs it, you're not being a good person. So your obligation is not to continue to spit out benefits and features of your product or service. Your obligation is just to say, would you like some help? Because I'm here and I'd love to help you. When you say, would you like some help, that's the ultimate closing line. That's the best closing line ever invented. So don't worry about closing, worry about helping. You need to be in front of someone who has a problem, and that's step 2. If you're talking to someone and you've uncovered that they have a problem, then ask them if they want to help. Step number 2 is be in front of people, get in front of people who have problems and help them. You must be in front of someone with a problem. Step 3, you have to be in front of somebody who can afford to work with you. We don't do what we do for the purposes of charity. If you want to give back to the community, volunteer for an organization, volunteer at a soup kitchen, volunteer at a homeless shelter, volunteer to help people. But in your day-to-day, in your business, you got to be in front of people who can afford you. So make sure the person you're talking to has the money to work with you and they have the time to work with you. And you can figure that out by just saying, Mr. Smith, I'd love to help you with this problem. Do you have the resources necessary to tackle this? And he's going to say, what do you mean? Well, it's going to require at least $10,000 and at least an hour and a half of your time every week for the next 5 weeks. Can you invest both of those? If he says yes, then say, all right, if you're willing to do that, I'm willing to help. Would you like some help? So you must be in front of the person who has the resources to solve the problem. The next step to stop selling and start closing is ask them if they're the right person to make the decision. Hey, Mr. Smith, listen, I want to help and I know I can help. Before I offer my services to you, tell me, is there anyone else you and I need to talk to get to the bottom of this? Is there anyone else that should be involved in this conversation? Is there anyone else that should be involved in the process that's necessary to solve this problem? Ask if they're the only person that makes the decision or if there are other people. If they say Joe Brown also must be included in the conversation, say, great, let's you, me, and Joe get together and we'll have a conversation about this. And then when you're in front of the ultimate decision maker, you say, you've got this problem. I know you have the resources to solve this problem because we discussed it. Would you like help with this? Can I help you solve this problem? That's it. That's closing. Step number 5, ask the person you're speaking with what happens if they don't solve the problem. Mr. Smith, what happens if we don't solve this problem? And he's going to tell you. Well, then step 6 is make it personal. Mr. Smith, I know you told me what happens to the company if you don't solve this problem. What happens to you if you don't solve this problem? And then step 7 is saying the very simple closing phrase that I've taught you in many of these videos, and that's, would you like some help with that? So number 1, realize that selling is helping. Number 2, be in front of somebody who's got a problem you can solve. Number 3, make sure they have the resources and time and money to solve the problem. Step number 4, ask if they're the right person to solve this problem, if they're the decision maker, or if we need somebody else included. Step number 5, ask what happens if they don't solve this problem now. To the company, what happens if we don't solve this problem now? How does that impact the company? Step number 6, ask what happens to them personally. What happens to you personally if we don't solve this problem? And then step number 7, use the closing line that I've taught you. Would you like some help with that? Would you like me to help you solve this problem? Would you like me to help you get rid of this forever? My name is Dave Lorenzo, and if you'd like me to help you, look in the description of this video. There's all kinds of ways we can work together. I work with people just like you to help them make more money and get home on time for dinner. This is the Inside BS Show. We're here every day. We also do an interview every day. Be sure and check out some of our interviews on the podcast. If you'd like, check out some more of our videos on YouTube. Leave me some thoughts in the comments about what you'd like to see more of. I love to hear from you. Your feedback is the rocket fuel that propels me to success. Until tomorrow, my name is Dave Lorenzo. Here's hoping you make a great living and live a great life.